Hello IELTS candidates. In today's video, we are going to teach you how to answer the cue card question. Describe an art or craft activity that you had at school. We are going to give you two different ideas and we are going to guide you on how to use these ideas to make your own original answers. If you're interested to learn about the topic-specific vocabulary, the idioms, and how to use them in order to score good for this particular question, please stay tuned till the end because we have made a special section just for that. If you have been watching our videos since a while but haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe because it helps us grow. Welcome to my IELTS stream. Describe an art or craft activity that you had at school. The ideas for this one will be painting and best from waste. So best from waste is an activity where you use old things like pencils, erasers, or papers, or anything that you don't use anymore, and you try to create something new like a model or something that would look good. So that was an activity that I had at school, and that is why I'm sharing it today. Bullet points could be what was it, how often you did it, and how did you feel about it. So just to let you know, bullet points are not compulsory to answer in the speaking test, and if you feel like it, you could answer them, and these are good bullet points. Sometimes there are just too many bullet points and students lose their way as they try to think about them. So just letting you know that it's not compulsory to answer the bullet points. You just have to answer the main question at the top. So you can start your answer by giving a general perspective on the topic. You can say art and craft was one of the best things about school life. Art is limitless, unlike other subjects where things are bound by rules. I loved indulging in colors and being creative. Our art teacher was always open to new ideas and inspired us to make our own designs. I had a flair for the subject and I regret not pursuing it. A healthy way to portray your thoughts is art. So even though this is just the starting of the answer, we have tried to include good words that will help you score better. With vocabulary, you should always remember that you not only need to use unusual words, but you also need to use them properly at the proper places. So here, limitless, it will be a good addition to your vocabulary. Bound by rules is another good thing. Indulging in colors, good. Pursuing it, flair for the subject, good. Now, flair for the subject means that you had a passion for the subject and you were also good at it. That is what you mean by flair. So the main part of your answer, if you're going to talk about painting, could be, I was inclined towards it since my childhood, means you were interested in it ever since you were a child. I felt a rush of passion. So a rush of passion is a good phrase instead of just saying that you felt passionate about it. So I felt a rush of passion every time I saw a blank piece of paper before I started to draw. It was always a way to get a distraction from strenuous subjects like mathematics. So strenuous subjects means subjects that required a lot of effort and a lot of hard work. We had the activity twice a week and our teacher used to teach various skills on using the pencil to shade properly, using different brushes and types of paint. So here we are answering the question how often you did it. We had to paint several landscapes, use vivid color combinations, stretch our imagination, and that is why I loved it. So stretching your imagination means that using your imagination as much as possible and not limiting yourself. Yes. Please subscribe to our channel. We are a new IELTS YouTube channel and we would really appreciate all the support that we can get. We are trying to work hard to make as many videos as possible and we would love to help you out with your preparation. If there is anything in particular you want us to make a video on, let us know and we will be more than happy to do it. The main part of your answer, if you want to talk about best from waste, is we had to bring things from our home that we did not use anymore, like old clothes, boxes, cartons, newspapers, toys, and anything that we could use creatively. It was a process of crafting something beautiful from mundane everyday items, and usually this class involved working in a group as it was time consuming and required a lot of hands on deck. So what does hands on deck mean? It means that the people that are actually working at a time. So a lot of hands on deck means that it required the effort of a lot of people working together. So this is a good idiom to go with it. Mundane everyday item means boring in a way, something that just you see every day or you use every day. And the last point could be the teacher usually wanted us to make something environment friendly. We made models of things like a volcano, hospital buildings, animals, and sometimes just something innovative and eye-catching. So innovative means something new, something that you have thought about yourself, and eye-catching means attractive. Here we are at the vocabulary and the idiom section. So if you want to talk about painting, you could use the synonyms fine art, drawing, and coloring. So fine art also includes other things like pottery, using clay to make things, and it could use other kinds of art. It could include other kinds of art as well. Drawing and coloring is a good way to say painting. But if you use the word sketching, so sketching most of the time only means drawing and shading and giving some effects using pencil or charcoal or something like that, not necessarily colors. So be aware of that. Best out of waste, you can say that this was an activity that taught us to reuse, recycle, and utilize things. I used to look forward to it every week. It helped me unwind. So look forward to something is a phrasal verb, means you were excited about it every week. And unwind is a good term to say relax. This was the only class where I did not need to hold my horses. So hold your horses is an idiom. It means that hold your imagination and don't just go fast ahead with the topic, or just don't go ahead with the questions that you have. So in other subjects you are required to walk according to the rules, but in art I did not require to do that. So this was the only subject where I did not need to hold my horses. Art is for people from all different walks of life. So different walks of life is an idiom, means that people of every kind. So art is for people who are coming from any background, who are from any culture, any language, any class, and it is not restricted to anyone. It is for everyone. I love how it brings the things in my mind to life. So bringing something to life, it means that once it was just in your head, but now it is out there and you can practically see it. So it is not something that's just in your head or part of your mind now. It is out there in the world for the people to see it. So this is a good idiom for this topic as well. It taught us to be original, ingenious. When life gets tough, you should make good art, and that is what I try to do. So this is something that you can use for the ending. Now, what does this mean? So at the end, you could say that now at present, I do have some time for art, but I only do it to make myself feel better. I don't really have a lot of time to do it on a regular basis, but when I'm feeling low and down, I try to paint, or I try to do best out of waste, and that is what helps me feel better. And this is a good saying about art. When life gets tough, you should make good art, and that is what I try to do. Tenses and complex sentences. So what tenses will you use for this particular question? Simple past tense and past continuous tense while describing the activity. Present tense while talking about the general perspective and how you continue it in present life. So when you're just going to start talking about the topic, you could use simple present tense, and when you are ending your answer to talk about how you continue art in your present life, also you can talk using the present tense. And when you are describing the particular activity you did at school, you will be mostly using the past tense and the past continuous tense. Now, I'm not saying that these are the only tenses that you will be using in the entire answer. Whenever you talk about a topic for 2 minutes on end, you will use a combination of tenses, but these should be the main tenses in your answer. complex sentences. Although my teachers thought that art and craft is not very important, it was a subject that was close to my heart. This is something personal again, and this is a complex sentence that you could use. Young minds with an aptitude for art should be encouraged because art adds meaning to life. So like many people say that art is something worth living for, that is what is that is something that adds meaning to life. So this is what I have tried to say here. Aptitude means ability, means intelligence for particularly one subject. So young minds with an aptitude for art should be encouraged because art adds meaning to life. I always felt so content after doing something productive in class. This is another complex sentence. Now, if you want to make more complex sentences, you can use subordinate conjunctions like after, if, even though, unless, wherever, etc. So we have already shown you an example of after. You can make another sentence using after, accurate sentence. And if you want to know how to make complex sentences, be it for your writing module or for your speaking module, we have a special video for that. We will link it above and we will link it down below in the description. You can watch it and it is quite easy and we hope it helps you. Ending. I wish I had gained more competence in the subject. More competence means more skill. But as I grew up, I was pulled towards the conventional career options. So that is what happens with a lot of people, and conventional career options means like the popular career options at present: doctor, engineer, lawyer, scientist, like that. Today I watch YouTube tutorials to learn how to paint or to how to do best out of waste, and I am working on my skills. I encourage others to learn it as it makes me feel joy like no other thing, and that is what I want for my friends too. So you see that in the ending, this is all present tense, and we have tried to show the examiner how we are trying to continue what we learned today, in what we learned at that time, how we are trying to continue it today. So this is how you can end your answer. So that was it for the cue card. Describe an art or craft activity that you had at school. I hope that you understood everything that I tried to tell you. Be aware that in the speaking part of the IELTS exam or even in the writing part of the IELTS exam, you should not give memorized answers. So we have given you ideas on how to answer the question and specifically the vocabulary to use for this question, and try to use some more of your ideas and put in some additions that would make the answer seem more original, your own experience from your school and your art and craft classes. That will help you score better. Now, if you're interested in more IELTS videos, we have a lot of IELTS videos made. We are releasing videos every week, and you can subscribe to our channel, and it will help us grow and it will help you prepare for your IELTS exam as well. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. All the best for your IELTS preparation.